By Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Wakasayu, Wakarakium. Peace, mercy, and blessings unto all of you, Zaquani and Wa'akim, the elders, to the brothers, to the Bayapshah, Dawadah, the house of David. All right, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he exists or he is to be. The true name of the Son is Yahushai, which means he is the deliverer. Right? We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, but we actually make up the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right, and we're just gonna flow in the spirit, man. And to Wadi Al Bashim Al Shai for allowing us to get together and giving us the spirit to do this lesson. And as you can see, there's a lot of things going on right now. Prophecy is moving, and we're just gonna go in the spirit of prophecy, man.
God. This is Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk 2 and 2. And it reads, I'll start at 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me.
That's right. We're pretty much bracing ourselves for an answer from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And us standing upon our watch, you know, in the ancient world, you had your kingdom set up. You had towers. You know what I'm saying? And you have to put watchmen on those towers to look over your kingdom for oncoming invaders and oncoming onslaught, people who would, intruders, people who would infiltrate, spies, people who would come to try and overthrow your kingdom from within, or would try to sneak in your kingdom. The watchmen would blow the trumpet to sound what? Impending doom or danger.
Right.
But that's what we're doing through the spirit when we hit the highways and hedges for week in and week out. We're blowing up this trumpet. Okay, which we're reading the prophecies, we're telling you the name, we're telling you that the doors of mercy are still open, yet they are rapidly closing.
Right.
We're letting you know that we're in the last days of America. We're letting you know that civil war is coming, famine and chaos is coming, lack of water. Okay, people are going to die from dehydration. Right. All of these things are right around the corner, man.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, they're here, they're at the door.
Yep. It's knocking. A quick one. This is Matthew 24 and 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord does come. So that's the spirit that you're in, is a spirit of balance, because we're in captivity, we're in Babylon, you have to live, but also we have a spirit of urgency towards Yahweh Bashem Shai and the signs of these things, you know?
And you brothers put me on that movie, Emancipation, Fire.
Yep.
That reminded me of the scene. We're doing that movie, you had my man Peter, he was working on the fucking railroad track, right?
Yep.
But what was he doing? The whole time, he's looking for an opportunity to escape. As soon as he saw opening, fucking chopped off his hand.
Yep.
Threw his ass in the pit, and he got up out of there.
Yep.
So that's us in the spirit. We're spiritually looking for the opportunity, which is the second coming of Yahweh Shai to deliver us out of here. Man.
Yep. Quick one. Psalms 33 and 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him.
Right. Okay, and the fear, you need to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You need to have a healthy, balanced fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? You know how people push a healthy breakfast?
Yep.
We need to have a healthy fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because it tells you in Hebrews, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. The Most High could take the spirit from you like he did King Saul in the ancient world. He could have you get ripped up by dogs like he did Jezebel.
Yeah.
The Lord, his Lord ain't nothing to play with, man.
Yep. And it says, just real quick, Psalms 33 and 18, behold, the eyes of the Lord is upon them that fear him.
Right, so the Lord takes pleasure in those that fear him. And
right.
If you fear the Most High, what are you going to do? You're going to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. And by doing that, the Lord will give you an increase of wisdom.
Exactly. And it says that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. So you want to be in the spirit of hoping for Yahweh Bashem Shai, because when he shows up, that's the right spirit to be in. Yeah. I knew you were coming. Yeah. I knew you were on the way.
I was expecting you.
I was expecting you.
Like my man Morpheus, he was expecting you.
Yep. Well, his brother told me he was on the way. What'd I do? I looked out the window. I got myself ready. Right. What are we doing as the bride? She made herself ready. Made sure the house was straight. I'm looking out the window. You hold the blind. You look, I don't got no blinds, but you look out the window.
Right.
But that's reverence. That's respect. You know, you getting yourself together. This is what we're doing. No one here is carnally holding your hand or forcing you to do anything. Everything we're doing in the spirit is what a servant is doing. Okay, showing the Lord the spirit we're in before His return and waiting on His return. And it says, check this out. It says, upon them that hope in His mercy, right? Not being worldly, fanning your hand. Esau did that. Casting words behind thee. You know, he delaying his coming, right? It says to deliver their soul from death.
That shows faith. You know, niggas don't lose faith in Santa Claus every year. Every year Christmas come around.
Yep.
Cookies out for Santa Claus. You know, but we, you know, another year go here, you losing faith and shit.
Yep.
You know, so that shows a lack of faith, and faith is a very important key ingredient in this truth, man. Because without it, you're not going to get forward.
Right. Check this out. It says to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. that's tough. And it says our soul waiteth for the Lord. That's why we titled it the I told you so is coming.
Right.
You know, I told you.
Right.
You know, well, there ain't no. I told you ain't no food.
Right. Right.
I told you ain't no water. We told you these
We
things.
told you it's the fucking devil. We told you not to take the jump shot.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
We told you not to trust his doctor, you know, his falsifiers, his system.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. But you didn't want to believe. Oh, the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You know? It says, our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. So that's the spirit that we're in, you know, Spartans. So you got to be able to have your shield.
Which is your faith.
Which is your faith. So back in Habakkuk 2, 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower.
It's like, just to go back to that point, you know, you said that the Spartans, you know, the way they fight in that formation is a very beautiful formation. You know, and the way Leonidas broken down to the guy, I forget his name, the humpback guy, pretty much told him, look, if you can't properly hold the shield up, you know, then you're going to throw off our formation. You're going to get us killed.
Yep.
You see? So and we know from Ephesians that shield represents the shield of faith.
Yep.
You feel me? So
yep.
We all have different portions of faith of the spirit, but your faith can boost another brother's faith.
Yep.
Just off your faith alone.
You know, that's heavy you mention that because how the Spartans moved, they moved as a body. And the scriptures speak about how we're a body. So that's why Paul said, I don't need to write unto you. You are not in darkness. So the I told you so moment is going to be to the people that aren't in the body, who are in darkness, okay, that are sleeping. Because when this thing goes down, whether brothers are literally this close or in a different city or state, we're going to be moving spiritually as a body would across the board, you know? Keep going. That's why it says wisdom and knowledge will be your stability, you know?
Yeah,
It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. And you know, it's heavy. We're also not only on the tower watching, we're as Lot standing at the gate. And remember the chief place of concourse. Back in the ancient days, the chief place of concourse was at the main gate of the city. That's why Lot was at the gate when the angels came. Because when you go into the commentary, they say how Lot was as a civic leader. I mean, he was a speaker like we do. You know, where we camp, it says, welcome to Rochester. Well, now it says Gloucester. But where we speak at is at the gate of this city.
Right.
You know? So we're doing that same thing. We're watching, and then we go out and tell you, you know?
Right.
And it says, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me. And that's why, like the brother posted, GMS we got next, with Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Rakakadash Brakathum. The brother said what? Watch and be sober.
Yeah.
Okay? Because he quoted First Thess, what I'll read too. But that's why you being sober, you'll know when the Lord's speaking. When you actually be sober in the mind and you're not drunk with flesh, you know, you're not drunk with temptation, you know, all these things, you'll be able to hear Yahweh Shem Shai speaking, you know? And through what? Signs, prophecies. I told you so, right? And it says, watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right, make it plain. You know, we're not here to complicate things for me. We're here to break it down so even a child could get it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
It's simple. America is Babylon the Great. The white man's the devil. You know?
Yep.
The Karagma is the rice device.
Mm-hmm.
what these false prophets are doing, they're complicated things. They're telling you you're going to go to hell. We're not telling you you're going to go to hell, man. You're already in hell. You know, when you die, your spirit goes back to the Father. You get judged for what you've done in your body. That's simple. You know, the Lord says, make it plain upon the table. This right here.
Yep.
You know what the Lord tell? I just go noted in the book. Woo! Thus said the Lord.
Yep.
You know?
I got a quick one for you.
Yes.
This is 2 Corinthians 5:11. Knowing, right? Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. So that, you know, these things that you're hearing, we're not, like you said, we're not making it complicated, but what we're telling you, it may sound frightful, but that's the beginning of the Lord dealing with you, because now you're fear of what the Lord can do, and that's how you are being accepted. The first step to be accepted by the Lord is to fear Him.
Yes.
While the beloved brother cried this out, we told the brother, he said, wait, what?
Right.
How's America? What?
Right.
He said, no.
Right.
What's the name? That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
You know? And we saw that the Lord was dealing with the brother.
Yeah.
You know? He wasn't like, well, how you know the border of blue is blue?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That combative, demonic wilderness spirit chiding against Moses.
Right.
You know?
Like, my bad, bro. I'm tripping.
We trying to tell you about over here. You talking about the leeks and garlic over there.
Yep.
And shit, man.
Yep.
You know?
And back in Habakkuk, it says that he may run that readeth, for the vision that I told you, right?
Yeah.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Right, and now we're in the last days. You know, Yahushua came, he got up on the cross for the whole nation of Israel, because all Israel will be saved, and that includes Judas, right?
Yeah, he repented.
You know, so all Israel is going to be saved, man.
Yeah.
But just on this side, 2/3 of our people are blinded not to get it, so they're gonna have to die.
Yep.
But they're gonna be reborn in the kingdom, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So that already happened.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So now we're in the last days. Rome fell. Rome had to rise again. All right? We're in the second leg of the Roman Empire. It's getting ready to be thrown down. World War III is for an appointed time. The Charisma is for an appointed time. Second coming of Yahushua is for an appointed time. When all the 144,000 are going to be sealed and instructions are going to be let loose, that's for an appointed time.
Can I give you this quick precept pertaining to that? Because, like, we don't know the time, hour, a day, but that doesn't mean there isn't a specific time, hour, a day.
Right.
Right? This is Revelations 9:15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Right. So the Lord has a specific month, hour, day, year, time, second, millisecond. You know what I'm saying? When this bitch gonna get destroyed, when Yahweh gonna send Yahushua back with those chariots to deliver the elect up out here, that's a specific time for that, man. And we're not up here like it's gonna happen July 22nd, 2028. We don't know, but we do know from the signs that we're seeing, we're close and we're excited when we see these signs. All right.
Yep. It says, well, real quick, because when you said that, it made me think. Because growing up, I was a big fan of the movie Terminator, and in the movie, Sarah Connor, she got the vision of what time.
Yep.
You know, so the Lord, Joel 2, pour His Spirit out. She said right here, it says Sarah Connor, it says 3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1977. And that's what she was saying in the movie. She kept telling them the date. So she was in the spirit of a countdown. So we're in the spirit of a countdown too, but we don't know exactly the exact day. Right. So we follow the signs of the countdown through the prophecies.
Right.
You know? And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but here it goes. But at the end it shall speak.
So now it's speaking. Now we see the shit with the SBB, Silicon Valley Bank, and other banks are collapsing. Everything they want to do, everything digitally by June. You know, the same thing happened in Nigeria, man. The money fell. They want to introduce a new idea of currency, which is going to be digital. And that's going to transpire to what? The Kuragma, the rice device, man, that grain of rice that they're going to want to actually physically put inside of you, and without it, you won't be able to buy or sell.
Yep.
That's where society is headed.
Yep.
That's the end game. And part of that is total control. They actually want to control you, man. like that conversation between Aaron Russo and David Rockefeller.
Yeah.
You're literally going to be a controlled puppet, man.
Yep.
That's what you're going to be if you accept that.
Yep.
You know.
And we're also in the times now where these conversations should be the most promoted.
Right, and two of some of the biggest I told you so is going to be what. Well, the Karagma, it really is the Karagma.
Right.
Oh, Yahweh Shai, that it really is his name. Oh, he
Right.
really is so-called black.
Right.
You really are. We told you, man.
Right.
Through the Spirit.
Yep.
You know, not boasting or,
No.
putting us up on any level, but it's the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
You know?
And it's the Lord putting on our spirit, because that's the testimony of Yahweh Shai, to speak prophecy.
And the Lord said he's going to mock me a calamity coming anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Laugh at your destruction, you know?
Real quick, this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 29. Let the prophets speak. So really, we should be allowed to speak respectfully. Please allow us to speak. You know, and that's why we're in a time where it's like, okay, if you don't want to listen, we're just going to go over here and speak. Because this is going to be said regardless if you agree with it or not, you know? Because right now, who's speaking? Women's rights speaking, days of Lot's rights.
Right. Well, you got fucking gender benders speaking to children with books. So everybody has a voice, but we're not allowed to.
Thank you.
Silence us.
Thank you.
You know, they put all type of graphic, profanity. All type of profanity on YouTube, but these videos get taken down.
Right.
I can't talk about honey and shit.
Right. Right. Gang gets to stay up.
Right.
You know?
But if I talk about, this medical.
Like, look at how you mix Kanye.
Right.
You know? It says 1 Corinthians 14:29, let the prophets speak 2 or 3, right? A church, assembly.
Right, and what did Yahweh Shai say? Where 2 or 3 are gathered, that I am in the midst of them.
Yep.
It's always been that way.
Yep.
The Lord always did that, man.
Yep.
It said what Saul was in the company of the prophets.
Yep.
So it was never just one prophet.
Nope.
And guess what? There's a lot of prophets, and we may not know their names. You know, we may not have all their books.
Yep.
You know?
But their acts were recorded. It'll say then the prophet of old, and that's fine. He's still recorded.
Right.
His acts are still remembered as righteous, and then it will be acknowledged in the kingdom.
Right.
Because we're not here looking for individual worldly gain. Okay? And it says 1 Corinthians 14:29, let the prophet speak 2 or 3, and let the other judge. If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. So what it says going into, because you go down to 39, it goes into what? Wherefore, brother, covet to prophecy.
Yep.
You're supposed to covet prophecy. If you have a spirit of, they go, hey, you got to check that's a demon messing with you.
What the disciples actually, how say, when is going to happen?
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
They was in that spirit. Like,
Yep.
man, I need to know the prophecies.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. 1 Corinthians 14:39, it says, wherefore, brethren, covet to prophecy. So if somebody tries to tell you, well, can you covet? You say, yeah, to prophecy.
Righteous things.
Yeah, you can covet righteous things.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know?
Are we not covenant prophecy? You go on, I go on this brother page, it's all prophecy. It's all so much that they'll take your channel down. You know what I mean? They'll take your channel down because you covenant prophecy of the Lord speaking. You know? And it says, wherefore, brethren, covet to prophecy and forbid not to speak with tongues.
Right, and the prophecy means to say before it happens.
Exactly.
So before things happen, before the nukes fly, the Lord sent men out the highways and hedges to tell you that it was coming.
Yep.
Okay, and you can't say you haven't saw, you can't say you haven't heard, because everybody's talking about the Israelites, man. You know, the Lord got it to where it's wide open. It's camps in the Philippines, praising the name Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, teaching on the streets, man.
Going hard.
You know,
he said, Yahweh,
right,
Yahushua.
right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Niggas out here calling on Christ, man.
Right, in Babylon.
Right.
That's a cut. And it says, just to finish it off, let all things be done decently and in order. And that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing the kingdom be built up right now. How brothers are conducting themselves. You know how they teach it. You know, everything that you're seeing within the body of Hamashiach is a sign of the kingdom we're going to take place in.
Yes, I gotta get that piece up.
Okay, finish it off. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Just like in Revelations, it says, he shall make the image speak. You know, you can see it speaking. You can see it. There's a spirit with it. You know, so we're seeing prophecy and we're watching how people are reacting to prophecy. You know, you had Pentagon say there's a UFO mothership in our atmosphere, but then people still smoking cigarettes and you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I saw the Venus, I seen the planets. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah.
yo, and then some dude like, watch y'all, I gotta get a Bluntville. Like I'm like, oh shit. Like you could really see prophecy speaking.
You know what? That's how heavy of a spell America has on you. Man.
Boom.
To where you don't even notice the signs that the Lord is giving you.
Nope.
You're so trapped in the hustle and bustle and the lust of the flesh in America, you're done.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And that's why it's gonna come as a thief in the night, man.
Hey, real quick, I know you're getting one, but this brother precept, it says 1 Thessalonians 5:7, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So these people around us, they're drunk and they're asleep. They may be walking, dribbling, bouncing, rapping, dancing, twerking, right? But they're actually spiritually asleep, starting with our people first and foremost. And the rest of them, they're set up to be that way. Heathens.
Right.
I mean, you got some that remember the children of this world were wiser than the children of light, but they're still on a carnal level, you know? But you can actually see with prophecy taking place, look how people are reacting. And one thing I like to focus on is with when C-19 happened. Now, to the known world, that was it.
Right.
People were walking around wearing Buzz Lightyear uniforms. You know what I'm saying? They're kissing. Nigga went from kissing through the phone to kissing through a glad bag. Like it was right.
It was weird shit. Had the actual hazmat suits.
Yeah.
The mask that welders wear.
Yeah.
All type of shit.
Nigga had a fish bowl on in the airplane.
You had people literally wearing maxi pads.
Yeah.
Like ludicrous, out saying shit you never thought you would see.
Right.
You know.
So my point saying that there was a point that these people saw and thought that, hey, this might be it, and look at how they reacted though. Look at how was there a high influx to God? Did Christianity come out and quail the problem? Like what did they? It really shows a lot. When prophecy takes place, it really exposes where people are at.
Right.
And all they showed was just fear of losing Babylon.
Or what they had.
Yep.
I'm gonna lose my job. I gotta take the job.
Yep.
See?
Oh man, I want to still play in the NBA. So you know what I mean? Give me it, hit me.
And not even realizing that you just made a sacrifice. Man.
Yep. You just got sacrificed. You just were on scare tactics. It says Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision is yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Why is it not gonna lie? Because prophets said it before. You see? Because there's no private interpretation. Some people think the mark is this. Some people think Judah's this. Some people think Deuteronomy 28. You know what I mean? Like there's all these things that people think, but then when it happens, you're going to realize the men who were speaking the truth, you know? And it says, though it tarry, like right now, you know, some days are longer than others, you know? Yeah. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So that's what we understand. But that's the Lord that opened us up, which I could grab. They opened our understanding. Yes. I know you had a precept, but we're seeing the fruit of Yahweh Shem Shai dealing with us because we're understanding these things, but people around us are not, which that's what will lead to, I told you so, right? A child. So people are childlike. Women are child.
Right.
Women are children. Men are children. So when you got a child, hey, that's hot. I told you.
Right.
Didn't I tell you it's hot?
The hard head make a soft ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying in the world.
Yep.
But it's true.
Yep. Where's that real quick, just for the point I made, and the brother's got some things we could pull up. Real quick, this is Luke 24, one of my favorite scriptures. Luke 24:45. Then opened he, Yahushai, then opened he their understanding. So this is why we don't get too high above ourselves, because we know we've been allowed to know this is all the Lord. The Lord opened us up. You know, the Lord got us zoomed in, covenant prophecy. See, just like you brothers and sisters at home tuning in or wherever you're at, the mind, he's giving you that for you to be locked in. Okay. It says, which is spiritual, to be locked in is what? You on the ark. Because if you didn't know, when Noah entered the ark, do you know that he waited in the ark 7 days before it flood?
Oh wow.
So it had to be in the Sabbath. You know what I mean? So he got in there and it was like, all right, now what? We wait.
Right, patience.
Now we wait. And then boom. And now let me in. Right? No, let me in.
See, that shows you the patience that the men of the Lord and the believers have to have, and also the mercy that the Most High has.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Oh, that's a spirit. Look, I just pulled to this. It says God's plan for salvation.
Wow.
That's tough. So there's a plan for us to be delivered, man.
Right, and back during Noah's time, it was the ark.
Exactly.
It was only for 8 people. This time, it was 144,000, the 1/3, the elect.
And that 8 represents infinity, right? I believe so.
Yeah.
So the elect is the affinity. We're going to be the eternity. You know, the elect are going to be the eternity. Why will there be eternity? Ultimately, we know it's prophecy, but what will make that happen? The Israelite men, all right, starting with the elect having the new covenant, which means the Lord won't have to flood the earth no more for wickedness. The Lord won't have to have a second death no more because of wickedness, because we will maintain righteous order on earth, so the Lord won't have to do no mass, you know what I mean?
No mass judgment.
Yeah.
Like he did.
Like he's done, you know, because we're gonna be the lawgivers, the law enforcers, you know, and even in the kingdom we're gonna be saying, "I told you so. I told you his judgment was coming."
Right.
Because Deuteronomy, okay, hey, we're gonna be able. Listen, we're gonna Deuteronomy 28:15 these people.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you this is what you're gonna get. It ain't gonna be on our level, but this is what you're gonna get. If you don't listen, this is what you're gonna get. Remember Deuteronomy 30:7. Then all these curses shall come upon them. You know. And the brother, I want to say his quick point for you brothers. Now the situation you said about bokeh, right? Now I'm gonna say, listen, the Lord is gonna judge these people in a beautiful way. And when we get to the kingdom, hey, listen, Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna allow judgment to play out righteously on all the people that have been wicked. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it like that because they might, you know, anything you say now, they're making clips of it, you know. So I'll just leave it there. But this is Luke 24:45. Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures. So we don't have to say, "I told you so" to a brother. You know, we don't have to say that. But to these people, that's what's going to happen. You had something you wanted to?
Yep. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 20. It says, "And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of Yahweh cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here, or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai is within you." Ooh. So the kingdom is already here inside of us. You know, just when the Lord sends Yahweh Shai back, that kingdom is going to be established, and the elect are going to be joint heirs of Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
You know, then with the new bodies comes a new covenant, right? Which the law, statutes, and commandments will be reprogrammed within us, and we will rule the earth in righteousness, man, and enjoy the earth for the paradise that the Lord actually created. You know, which means, you know, actually traveling, getting to explore the earth, not being trapped in ghettos and hoods. You know, not being stuck in Babylon the Great, not needing a passport to enjoy the earth that the Lord gave us.
Right.
You know, not being subjugated to the wicked mind of this damn devil, man.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, his covetous control, you know, of his democracy keeps us at the bottom. And when you hear brothers speak, all we're saying is what you would call God-given rights: land, wives, children. You know, and he wants to take that from you with the mark, because he's giving you a misconception of it to give you the mark. And now men and women and children are going to be forced to take that so they can think to keep what they got, and he's going to take that from them too.
Right. You remember, they really believe. They really believe their sayings. You will own nothing, you're going to be happy.
Yep.
How are you going to be happy? Because you take that charisma, you're going to be like a fucking junkie.
Yep.
You know, high out your mind in a virtual reality world somewhere, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they showed you on that movie, Upgrade, after a process of time, the thing took over this nigga's mind and made him think his wife was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
His ass was up in there doing ballet with his wife.
Yep.
But really, the thing took over his mind.
Yep.
You know?
Like implanted with Sarah.
Yep.
Same thing with her. And then she was forced to do things, you know, and they made you sign a consent. And that's going to be the biggest I told you so. We told you that let me get that John 10. He came to steal and kill.
Yep. And
Yah-
destroy.
Yahushua, I told you he came to do this.
Yep.
You didn't get a little excited, yo. This is John 10 and 10. This is red letter. It says, I'll start at 9. It says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter, he shall be saved. So, hey, the biggest thing that you have to understand in this truth as being a Hebrew Israelite is reverencing of Yahushai. But we reverence Yahushai what? Through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know? So you have to understand we can't get to the Father without Yahushai. So guys just trying to go to the Father, you're mistaken, man. It's like trying to go on a trail without the instructions. Like, you're going to get lost out there, man, you know? And it says, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. So we're telling you that there's a thief coming. And there's thieves even within our people. Because when you go up, it says, he that enter in the right way, the same as a thief and a robber. So you have Israelites you have to watch out for that are thieves. And they're set up to what? To kill and to destroy your salvation.
Yeah, they're the worst kind of niggas, bro.
Yep. To kill the Holy Spirit from you. You know? Shalom, bro.
Shalom.
Shalom. So you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta be aware of these things. Oh, hold that crown.
Yeah.
I told you so. I told you.
Happened?
Yeah, it happened, bro. Let me read it. It says John 10 and 10, because I had a quick point. It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill. Now I want to focus on this part too, about I told you so. We told you about these other camps too.
Right.
You know? Why you think they say, keep the bishop's name out your mouth?
Because through the Spirit, the Lord has us delve deep into a lot of topics dealing with false prophets, the prophecy, the name, herbs,
Yep.
getting your body right,
Yep.
brotherly love,
Yep.
Esau, the other nation,
Yep.
the first step, the second step, the nukes. You know, this man, it's a lot in this book.
It's a full course meal,
Exactly, the water.
and you would call it multifaceted. You know, if you ever see a stone, how it's called faceted. It's got all these angles. It's, oh my gosh, so beautiful. There's so much to see and to look at, and that's what this truth is supposed to be. So we even have to get on the false prophets, the foolish prophets, the guys that are lying, warning you that there's sellouts, there's there's agent provocateurs, guys that are set up to lead you down a different path, which ultimately is a path of destruction. And then when you get led down and you come back, you're like, look, we told you though. You didn't want to listen. Like when you got a little brother, they want to deal with a woman, like, yo, bro, no, she's out here, and he come back and like, didn't we tell you?
Yeah.
Didn't we tell you? Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
You know? It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. And what's the more abundant part? The abundant part is how you maneuver and conduct yourself while being in captivity, serving Yahweh Shem Shai, doing what you need to do to survive. Because we have we're given abundance in the spirit, and also in the spirit we're able to what? Use the world but not abuse it.
Right.
You know? And that's what Yahweh Shai is letting us know and telling us, being prepared, how to conduct ourselves, all these beautiful things we're applying. Did you want to go into some articles?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
I got this article, and,
Yeah. Like this. Good, bro.
this is from Natural News. It says,
Mm-hmm.
It says, get ready for governments to push digital currencies after widespread banking collapse. Right? From my man Mike Allen. It says, the model of the tyrannical left is never let a good crisis go to waste. And the globalists who want to remake the world in their authoritarian image, which is a satanic image, USA under Satan's authority, man.
Yep. And Persia calls Babylon the Great Satan. They don't call him a little, they call him the Great Satan.
Right, because of the vibration that just and the pride that oozes off of you. Because America's likened that to a woman. A woman, but then you find out that this is a nasty hoe.
Yep.
But the pride that's oozing off at, and they like, man, great vibration. It says as banks continue to fail in the U.S. and around the world, the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank has created an opportunity for over 100 governments worldwide to introduce central bank digital currencies and implement increased government controls in the financial sector.
Which the collapse happened right after Passover.
Yep.
Remember that?
Which is what a plague.
Yep.
You know, the fear of bank runs and calls for more regulatory oversight have made room for governments to push CBDCs as a solution, which could enable unprecedented levels of surveillance.
So we're seeing a lot of things happening financially
Right.
because the system has been set up through what? Finance.
Oh, I got one.
Yep. And I was thinking also in Revelations how it goes into the commerce.
Yep.
Import, export.
Let's get that.
You know, all these things are major. Do you want to get that one in Revelations? Yeah. Pretty much all the goods, you know? And that's another thing too with the I told you so is understanding how things work. You know, you can't just expect tomorrow the mark of the beast to be here because it has to be implemented on a level for life to keep going.
Right.
We're in the spirit of telling you they're attempting a new order for this world, but things have to play out through legalities, through finances, through jurisdictions, through legislations, through certain leaders. So they gotta have things. They gotta have an inventory, and they do, but they can't just go tomorrow and tell Sunoco, but they have it in play, the tap to go spirit. Everyone's tap to go right now. You brother see that?
Yeah.
Everybody just
I'll go pay.
yeah.
You know.
Yep. What you brothers got?
You want that Revelation?
You want that now?
Let me get this one real quick. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. And we go into this word clay in the blue letter. I believe the word there's a box, which means heavy pledges or debts. You know.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was down there with the Atlanta brothers, man. Downtown, they have the national death clock down fucking town where you can see it.
Wow.
And so the country's like billions, trillions of dollars in debt, man. You know, no way out of that. You cannot be. So let's say you just have a newborn, right? The fucking newborn is $90,000 in debt.
Damn.
Yeah,
Just being born in this place, man. Each American citizen's over up to $100,000 in debt, man.
That's why that baby crying.
Right.
You know how much money you gotta pay.
So how they want you to repay that? By you taking the rights to rights, man. They gotta own you.
Yeah.
And this is why you have a birth certificate, social security card. That's actually something that's put on the market for stocks and bonds. They make money off those things.
Right.
But you'll never see it.
Real quick, it says thick clay, weight of pledges.
The
Right.
water.
What's a dollar? A dollar is a weight. A dollar of what? Like, let me get a gallon.
Right. I'm sorry.
No.
But it's supposed to be $1 of silver, you know, or gold.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Yeah. No, you got it, bro. It says weight of pledges, heavy debts. Heavy debts. But this is all a plan too, to be in debt because they gotta find a new way to fix it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And one thing with America is you can't help but being in debt here. You kind of got to finesse your way through. You know, everybody has student loans or hospital bills. You have some type of debt here, man. You know, or you got to get credit cards and shit. A lot of people behind on their credit cards. A lot of people getting ready to be evicted pretty soon, man.
You got Americans doing a system, I guess, I didn't even hear about it. It says where they pay or take now, pay later for groceries.
Oh, wow.
You know? Hospital debt,
Yeah.
you know?
You know, so that shows you the state of this country when you got to pay now, later for groceries.
Right.
So what are they going to do if you can't pay? They're going to come and take the food. You know, this devil, he really doesn't want you to own anything. You really got to go to death with that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a carton of eggs in your damn house. You know?
Right.
I got a quick one, real quick. This the book of James 5 and verse 3 in the GLT, and it says, actually I started verse 1. It says, and now you rich people, listen to me, weeping well over the miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches are rotted away, and your clothes have been eaten by moths, Your gold and silver are covered with rust, and this rust will be a witness against you.
Yeah, their dollar isn't backed by nothing.
Yep.
So that's a witness against them, because when the general public really not even which they're gonna ride, but like these other nations, that's why do you think they're turning away from the dollar?
Right.
Because they know the money ain't worth nothing. And then they see it's really only backed by what? Power. Because Saudi Arabia only accepted the US dollar for legal tender currency for the oil, because I believe Nixon promised military aid. Saudi Arabia was having issues, so they're like, yo, we'll help you out if you use our dollar. So okay, we'll accept the dollar. So then everybody started. That's why they talk about Arab money. You know, the Arab money was because of the deal to accept the US dollar.
Which goes into the petrodollar and also goes into the blessing that the Lord gave, Abraham gave Ishmael.
Yep.
You know, the 7 princes.
Yep.
They're very wealthy over there, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. And then that goes into Esau's blessing of the fatness of the earth.
Right. Him going over there with war to take the oil by force.
Yep.
You know, if they wouldn't get down. You know.
Yep. You have more, right, brother?
Yes, Lord. Man.
Yep.
And it goes in to say,
Oh, let them know you're not reading the KJV.
oh, sorry, this is the James 5, the GNT,
Yeah.
the Good News Translation.
Which there's a lot of goodies in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's more straightforward.
Yeah.
And it says, and this rust will be a witness against you and will eat up your flesh like fire. You have piled up riches in these last days, going in about that debt. You know, that, just like the brother said, it said a baby's born, dinner $100,000 in debt. You know, that's horrible. And
Well, you know why that's horrible? That's horrible banking. That's horrible
Yeah.
money management.
Yeah. Yep.
So why does Babylon have such terrible money management?
So with just based off that alone, you don't have a chance here.
Nope.
You know.
No chance in hell.
As soon as you're born, you already set back.
Well, that's why back in Rome they got mad. They got mad at the debt collectors. You know, Matthew. You know.
Yeah. Because they were taxing them so heavy, man. I believe it was Luke actually.
Yeah,
No.
Luke 2, I believe.
Matthew was a debt collector.
Okay, the water. It was
Yeah.
the apostle Matthew.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
And remember, even when we were ruling, they had killed a Jake that was trying to get money.
Yep.
From they
Yep.
stoned
The
his
Northern
ass.
Kingdom.
Like,
Judah sent the tax collector to the north. They stoned his ass,
Yep.
man.
so the money's gonna fall. They show you that in movies. Last of Us. It was a game, piles of money.
Yeah.
In the
yep.
movie I Am Legend,
Yep.
he's telling his dog, shh, Sam, shh, and he's walking over Benjamin.
Yep.
The same money the black and brown woman twerking for is just gonna be used as tinder.
Worthless.
Worthless.
The fucking money they got you spending all your energy for week in and week out is useless. Man.
Yep.
Mhm.
It really now. How many people have cash? You don't really have cash like that. You just have numbers on the system and the app in your phone.
Yep.
And that's
Yeah.
a spell. And what about when the power goes out? Keep physical currency.
Right.
Silver, you know?
And that's the spirit because this guy I was in the program with, right? He just kept saying, just let him pour it out, right? He's like, man, I'm gonna take my cash and get gold and silver.
Good.
I was like, yeah, you should. And then the other Edomite teacher was like, no, you shouldn't do that. You should trust the cash. He was pretty much trying to put him back to sleep, right? And he's like, okay.
Ah,
Got him.
damn.
You know?
And
But he was really in the right spirit.
Right.
You know?
Right. And going into the spell of money for the love of money, right?
There's a real spell. man.
Yep.
You know, there's a web on the back of it. There's certain spells and things literally on the physical money.
Yep.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. 13, all that stuff. Real quick, Sirach 31:1. Watching for riches,
We just work you, man.
that's no faith.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, yeah, money is a defense, but we understand that soon this money is just it's transitory. It's being used to get you to this. Esau's
Right.
money
Yep.
ultimately was set up to trap you and to get you to go to get the mark.
There's a whole scamming culture. I think it's literally scam you out of money.
Yep.
You know?
It says, Sirach 31:1, watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep.
Right. People who are in the stock market, you're in the Bitcoin and shit. You know, you gotta wait for this certain time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what was the there's stories about rich guys committing suicide, you know, because they're like, it's over.
Mhm.
So they're like, we're all gonna die,
Right.
you know.
Yep. I still got that Revelation 18 moment.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you can bring that up, brother.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation 18, starting at verse 9. It
Hey,
says,
let me say this real quick. It says the slow motion financial suicide of the Roman Empire.
Yep.
The slow motion.
That's
Which
it right
proves
there.
that this place is in the spirit of Rome because it is the second leg of Rome. We're in Rome all over again. This is why you have
yep.
the sports
Yep.
stadiums. And that's not more than the Coliseum. It's another
Bread
way
and
of saying it.
sorry.
No, you're right.
Bread and Circus.
Bread and Circus, which is what? They give you the little bread and stimulus checks and they give you circus.
Which they did the Bread and Circus to keep feeding people so they didn't revolt.
Right.
Which in Latin I believe it's panem et circusnus.
They know what that people got drunk off that Bread and Circus because if you didn't have that, you will actually sober up and you realize, oh shit,
Right.
everything's being taken from me.
Yep.
You know, so what do people do here? They work all week, they get their little money, get their little food that they like, get their drink, and they go watch some sports or a UFC fight.
We just got Lamar Jackson.
Right. If these people didn't have that, they would go crazy, man. they would lose it because what else do they have?
Oh, and going back as a fun fact, so in the Roman Empire with the Bread and Circus, they actually had animals like lions, bears,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Tigers.
Yep.
So now how do they replace that? Detroit Lions,
Yep.
Chicago Bears.
Yep.
You see,
Chicago
or
Bulls.
but they really had those animals.
Yeah.
Right.
So now they got them as the mascot or the team.
That's
Yep.
very, that's
You know?
heavy. That proves it's Rome all over.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Yep.
This is Revelation 18 and verse 9. Well, starting at verse 9, it says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall be well heard, and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning."
Right. You have different nations that have waxing rich off America. China's is a huge one. Made in China, made in Taiwan.
Mhm.
So what you think? You think America is a consumer nation. So these countries are waxing rich of America consuming. So when it stops consuming, those nations are actually going to are actually going to well and lament for this place, man.
And I always like to think, which Lord's will, we are of the Lord's elect. When the elect come down, you know how pissed I'm speaking in how pissed you gonna be. You crying that I just got freed.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm getting out of jail,
Right.
and you upset.
Right.
Yeah.
You mad and shit, smacking your teeth and shit.
Hey, real quick, going about Rome and the money and stuff.
Right.
The inflation didn't destroy Rome, but it says what was destroyed by inflation in Rome was the freedom of the Roman people.
Oh, wow.
So this inflation, it's got people.
My bad.
No. It's just you ain't free. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Money tight. Vacation ain't hitting this, the mirth,
Yep.
the wine. It ain't what it used to be. Eggs is up. Gas is up.
Yep. Chicken's up.
Yep.
Everything.
Gas is up.
Rent.
Yep.
See,
Right.
You cannot afford the bare necessities here, man.
Mm-mm.
Which is why a lot of people are trying to live off grid. A lot of people are getting into growing food.
Yep.
Living out cars or RVs and stuff because you cannot really afford the bare necessities here, man.
Livestock.
Yeah.
Look at this. It says particularly the first victim was their economic freedom. So people are losing economic freedom.
Yeah.
The liberties you once had.
Yep.
Make America great again.
Yep.
Why we need to say that? Because you don't have the greatness that you had in the 50s and
And this prophecy is going to be heathens complaining about their economic freedom financially.
even the purchasing power of your dollar. It don't stretch the same as it did even in the 70s. You know.
And you know what did that? Taxes. Because if you want to buy one item that costs $1, you have to give me $2 to get that one item because it's $1.08.
Yep.
So now you give two $1 bills and then you get back 92 cents.
Yep.
So his system rakes in more of your money for the same product, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You know, because you look at things, $3.20, $3.91.
Right.
So you got to give him what, a 20, and 20 is a new $1 bill, man.
Yep.
Trust me, you know.
Yep.
20's a new $1 bill.
That shit going like that.
Candy bars are $3,
Yep.
you know, or $3.91. Nothing's even anymore either.
Shit, a pack of chicken's $20. Gone.
Yeah.
Pack of chicken wings.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Hey, you brothers, man,
Last year a week.
get leg quarters.
Yeah.
That's a thigh. That's a drum in the thigh in one.
Yep.
Get a damn leg quarter. Chop that bitch in half. Make some jerk chicken. And
Yeah.
you want the special?
They can
Right.
work. Stretch that shit.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
You Jake, ain't you?
Right.
Back in Rev 18 and verse 9, it says, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off.
And that smoke is gonna be from the third woe.
That's right.
And the third woe is gonna cause what? Nuclear missiles.
Mm-hmm.
We told you. Ultimately, the Lord told you what He written down, and now we're being used as vessels to tell you. You know, when people have a question, like yesterday, this Jake, you know, because we use wisdom, but there's sometimes you may say something, so you may actually say something to someone, and out of nowhere, this Jake, he asked me, he said, where you think we go when we die? I said, and I'm more cautious now. I said, I mean, you know, everybody has their own opinion. I said, but me, I believe in God. He said, okay, so like, what do you mean? I said, well, I believe when you die, you go up and be judged and you come back down. He was like, he said, fair enough. I said, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that off my scriptural preference. So I said, I try to be the best person I could be because all these people, they guilty, bro. And I said, I tell you what, I said, when that deal goes down, I don't want to be in the courtroom with them. He said, that's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact. He laughed and walked out. Jake can get it. They can see it.
Yep.
You know?
It's heavy. Verse 10, it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment.
Now,
saying,
they're going to be far off where? In their countries.
Yep.
They're going to be over here. They're going to be over there. Bangladesh. You ever get a T-shirt and be like, made in Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Like, how Bangladesh is making T-shirts.
Yeah.
But they need Babylon to keep, you know, to keep their economic freedom going.
Yeah.
You know?
And it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Right, and then this is a very big country. You know, and as I was driving across it, you know, the Lord allowed me to, you know, travel to Atlanta and back, you know. I was like, you know, all of this shit's gonna be all the states, man. The Lord's gonna fucking destroy all of it, man. In 1 hour. You know, that's 2 episodes of The Simpsons.
That's power right there.
But you people like to go to The Simpsons for prophecies. You know, that's
Right.
2 episodes of The Simpsons. This whole fucking place is done.
Right.
You know, this big ass country's not no little place, man. You know,
How many states? Like
51,
51,
52.
That's a lot of states.
yeah. You gotta think of all the major cities.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know, you got the Empire State, New York City, got gone.
That's a
Las
lot.
Vegas, Sin City, gone.
Texas.
Los Angeles, gone. Houston, Dallas.
And the people in it.
Right,
Hell yeah.
wicked ass people in it, man.
And that's a good mindset though to have when you think about it like this lesson might be going on an hour right now. Well, when that prophecy gets fulfilled, that will be the destruction. You know, when you're going through time, you know, you feeling impatient. You know, really watch that impatient spirit too. You know, get hasty, be angry. Like, really sit back and be like, wow, this time I had to wait for your ass to open the door. That's how long it's gonna be till this place destroyed.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta think like that. And that's power, man. 1 hour, all this great riches in 1 hour is gonna come to naught. Everything, and that's in that day, which really the famine, Jacob's trouble. People are gonna see how vain their life was because of Babylon.
Yep.
Nigga made a living off food challenges on TikTok.
Right.
You know,
So vain.
right? Opening items. You know,
Unboxing,
thank you.
yeah.
Unboxing.
So fucking vain.
You know, we really are moving in the spirit of having a purpose.
Right.
You know,
And being on our purpose.
Yep.
Which is serving Yahweh Shem El Shah, which is giving you the prophecies of this book. You know, being a brother.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And that's how you run a society. You know, you got it, bro.
Verse 11, and it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buying their merchandise anymore.
But you know what? You know what? The elect gonna come down and take that shit, man.
That's right.
I got a precept for you.
Good.
That's right.
What did the brother say verbatim?
He said the elect gonna come down and take that shit.
And they going, what?
Gonna take that shit.
This is Daniel.
For real. Hey, what the Brightburn said.
I'm mad. He's running in my head, man. You got
He
it.
said, take the world, man.
He said,
He didn't say Texas. He didn't say New York. He said take the world.
And that part is so heavy because like the spirit was talking to him. He's like what?
Yeah.
Then he finally figured out. He's like, oh, shut down, take the world.
Yeah.
You know. So
Hey,
he just snapped.
Takeover.
Jake over, that's right. And a fun fact, the Brightburn, his initials is the Yod.
Yep.
It's reversed.
Yep.
Because remember, I was sitting there and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this looks like
Yep.
something. And I kept looking, I'm like, yo, this is the Yod. So it's Yahweh,
Yep.
but it's inverted. So if if you reversed it, it's Yahweh. It's the first character of the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So bright burn, the BB, the way he spelled it actually is Yahweh Shai. The two yods, which is Yahweh Shai. This is Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. We're getting ready to inherit the earth. I know shit sucks sometimes. You know, you're in the flesh. You may have personal issues as a man. We go through it.
Yeah.
We experience things. We understand. But what you gotta remind yourself sometimes. You gotta remind yourself who you are.
Right.
You gotta look in the mirror sometimes, and sometimes you just gotta gird the fuck up.
Right.
You know, you don't look for. Nobody ain't here to be sympathetic to you. You know, I know it sucks. I know it's rough. I know it's wrong. You're indignant. You're angry. You're pissed off. But you know what? We understand that these things need be to happen. So you gotta remember these things, man. You gotta remember that. You know. When you go into the blue letter for the word take, I just want to see. It says shall take. The word take means to receive.
Oh man.
So the Lord, what did he say? I'm gonna give them into your hands.
Yes. Yep.
So the Lord gonna lay it out for us, man.
Yep.
To receive, to acquire.
And my bad, but reading that scripture in Rev, it says that nobody buying their merchandise is almost like it's up for grabs.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Well, y'all ain't about to sell. You know how Jake, y'all ain't about to sell us anyway.
Yep. Jake do that now. The truck crash, they don't wait for the city to clean it up.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
He running down the street, hopping and shit. Beautiful.
You have more?
That was it, brother.
Back in Revelation 8. I'm sorry, you got more?
No, go ahead, brother. My bad.
Back in Revelation 18 and verse 12, and it says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thyine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood.
Hey, run that back, brother.
Yep. Revelation 18 and verse 12. The merchandise of gold and of silver.
The merchandise, this is how Babylon got rich. By gold, by silver. Keep going.
It says, and precious stones.
Yeah, the precious stones, amethyst. You look on the wall clock, it says quartz.
Yeah, yep.
Okay? These are precious items for a kingdom to be built. Like our kingdom will be built with what? Gold, silver, precious stones, and Tobit.
Carbuncle.
Don't it say paved? You know?
All that.
It's decked out like a horror movie. Decked
Yep.
out. You know, so you got the eyelashes, the eyeliner, the makeup, the jewels, the pearls, the nice dress,
Perfume.
the perfume. It looks good, looks very alluring, smells very good. You know?
And it goes in to say, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet.
Yeah, they had to make deals because you got Chinese silk.
Yeah.
So they had to make deals with Moab, you know? They had to make deals with Moab to get this silk so Esau can lay in a bed in the Beverly Hills or, you know, and have all, this is all the alluring effects to keep you whoring, keep you loving the whore. You know, people have a spirit to turn a blind eye to Babylon's wrongs because they got things that make them feel right.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's messed up, but I feel good, you know?
Esau, I heard Edomite say this. He said, you know, the things that's going on in the hood is fucked up, but at least it's not reaching where I am. And that's the spirit they got.
Damn.
You know? So you're okay with different parts of the city that you're in being dirty, crime infested, drug infested. But because it's not reaching you, everything is good. See, that's not going to be in our kingdom, right?
Right, exactly.
Because if we even, through the spirit, even feel a sense of wickedness, the man of the Lord is going to come bash your damn head in, man.
Real.
You know?
And then that's pride too, because he said it's not gonna reach my neighborhood. Well, guess what it is?
Right.
That's why you have Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Jacob's trouble is what? Edomite trouble.
Right.
So shit's about to pop off very soon for Edomites out here in the suburbs. You think like what's that movie? I forgot what it's called. Trigger Effect. You think that privacy is not gonna touch the suburbs?
Right.
Come on, man. That's pride, man.
Oh, there's another movie, Blackout.
Yeah, Black in the UK.
Yep.
Yep.
That's touch the suburbs, man. The Lord's going to allow our people. The Lord's going to rouse Jake up. Because right now, Jake is as a whole lion. Oh, you just had that one Jake. I believe he's down there in Mississippi. if I'm not mistaken. He got beheaded.
Damn.
They,
Yeah.
they pretty much tortured him.
Yeah, they chased him.
Then they're trying to pass Jim Crow laws down there.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So basically get pissed off and then like, you know what? We want to do this shit. And then it's pretty much like something they won't expect. You feel me?
Yeah.
Something they'll never expect. The Lord's gonna bring it on them.
You got a senator, an Edomite senator that wants to bring back hanging as execution. Come on, man. You gonna bring back hanging as execution? Who you used to hang?
Niggas.
Niggas.
Damn, man.
Now they just hanging around.
Right. Gotta just hang on.
They on the hangout.
Back to Revelation 18 and verse 12, when it says,
Hey man, we're in a good place, man.
yeah, most definitely.
You know, we told you so. You know, through the Spirit, we're in a good place, man. The best thing you can do as an Israelite man is just that. Man up. You know, take it on the chin. You know, control yourself. Hey, that's one thing that you can do in this out of control state right now is control yourself.
Right, and then be in the spirit of self-improvement.
Yeah.
Spiritually first and foremost, of course. But, you know,
Yep.
pray, study, you know, work
Work
on
out.
yourself, work out, you know, fast.
Yep.
You know, really be in that spirit, man. Because that's going to help your spirit,
Yep.
you know.
First step is the biggest step, and then you're like, oh man, all the other ones are easy.
Right.
It's the first step is the biggest step because Babylon has a spell to make you stay stationary. You know, Jake don't want to leave the hood. You know, hey man, you don't need to be in a John the Baptist in the wilderness spirit. He already did that.
It's such a heavy spirit on niggas where they actually believe they own the projects they live in. Oh, you better not come over here.
Yep. It's my block.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And it says, in all thyine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves.
And slaves,
Slaves.
Yep.
Yeah, keyword slaves.
you know, and we're still slaves.
Yep.
Yep. to
We're
this day.
we're actually still slaves legally.
Because he refused to let us go
Yep,
legally.
yep. I'll grab that real quick.
And also it says that we are yet in his day night captivity. I remember that one time at church, that one time at camp, that Jake said that we in that captivity. Remember the one with the dreads?
Perspective.
Yeah, it's the perspective.
He said we weren't in hell either.
Yep.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
that guy.
And we still yet to stay in our captivity, subject to payment.
That's double captivity.
Hey, and you know what I say, brothers? Instead of stressing about money, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Because we're at a point now where I'm just thankful that we can give them the money so the lights can be on, the
Ex-
Wi-Fi.
Exactly. So just look at it this way: the Lord gave it to you to get what you need or to help who needs the help.
Yep. So it's just like this. Here, grab this. Now give it to me. Here you go. Boom.
You know,
Boom. So he give you, you got work, he give you a paycheck because you hear them like, man, I got it and now my money gone. All right.
fuck it.
Fuck it. You got what you
You
needed.
got a roof over your head. You got clothes. Your little one's good.
We not really in a time now. Don't get me wrong. You can be put in a position. We're not really in a time to stack up. Like you can have a moment, but like I've noticed, like there's times the Lord will have me at a point where like I'm like, oh man, I gotta, and then something happens, but I'm like, man, I'm glad I had that.
Exactly.
I'm glad I had that to pay that. You know?
I got a quick one to land back in that.
Yeah.
It's Matthew 22 and verse 21, and it says, they saying to him, Caesar's. Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar what things which are Caesar's.
And Yahweh Shai had to say this to wicked Israelites because they was trying to catch him up in something,
In his words.
trying to catch him up in tax evasion.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, you gonna tell Esau?
Right.
That's the level Jake was going.
And it says,
So let me say this too. So that when you read the relationship between Yahweh Shai and the wicked Pharisees, Sadducees, and scribes, you see the level that they were going carnally to where they wanted to they gave Yahweh Shai to Esau. They actually now Judas actually like told where Yahweh Shai was, but it was those wicked Israelites that actually took Yahweh Shai to them.
right.
They actually took Yahweh Shai to Pilate, and you know what I'm saying?
Then on top of that, they said, let his blood be upon us.
Yep.
They actually said crucify him.
Right.
They actually said give us Barabbas.
Right. Yep. They rather Lil Wayne.
Mhm.
So why does Judas get such a bad rap, but not the Pharisees who actually brought the Yahweh Shai to them? That proves that they're not good judges.
Yeah.
So you got Israelites that aren't righteous judges, man. So you got to be careful of how they're judging matters when it comes to these scriptures. If you're wooed by what they say about the law in Deuteronomy 22, how we're breaking it down in the spirit, you need to be careful, because the same men that didn't, which it was all prophecy, but you got to understand these guys are back here today misjudging situations right now. You know?
And it goes on to say, Matthew 22 and verse 21, and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's. That was the point.
Beautiful. Real quick, this is Jeremiah, the point we made. Back to the point, Jeremiah 15:33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel, northern kingdom, and the children of Judah, southern kingdom, were oppressed together. And I believe oppression means a cruel authority with cruelty.
Yeah.
Because this place is cruel.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
There's no mercy, and that's why going back to Hosea 4, there's no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High.
Yep.
You know?
And that was that context was to Jake literally, and now through the spirit we use that for here.
Yeah.
So you realize Jake, there's no knowledge of the Most High, and with Babylon. So Jake and Babylon are interchangeable, man, with their level of wickedness. And you see it. Go on World Star.
Oh, it says in Jeremiah that I surpassed the deeds of the wicked. So niggas have gone far, far and beyond.
Damn.
Like a Buzz Lightyear, to infinity and beyond.
I was thinking,
You know?
were oppressed together, and all that took them captives. You know, you pictured Terry Crews got him in the headlock. And all that took them captives held them fast and refused to let them go. Hey, Esau's in a trick bag too, because when Issachar and all them were coming across the border, they got laws that they can't catch and release them back. They actually have to keep them. If they come over illegally and Border Patrol catches them, they can't just let them go. So now you're stuck with them.
Damn.
And that was an ancient Rome issue too.
Yep.
Borders.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And that's the unwalled villages. This place is an unwalled village, man. This place at any moment in time can be hit.
Yep.
At any moment in time, there's something that's just gonna, like when Samson pushed the pillars.
Right, you gotta believe, man. There's already sleeper cells, all that type of shit already here, because it's so open and it's so prideful. You know? The place is already infiltrated, man.
Yeah. Its own government is infiltrated by the elites. You know? Verse 34, their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh Bashem El Shai of host is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause. Are we not asking for our cause to be pled?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's that? Was that in the Gospels where it says even the king?
Yep, that's I was just thinking about that. I believe it's Luke 12.
He shall avenge his on the elect.
That's a good one too. Now there's one where it says about how a king.
I'll get it.
Okay.
Oh,
It says he shall thoroughly plead their cause. Yeah, man, this is why you're to sigh and cry. It says they that depart from evil maketh himself a prey. So we're actually a prey here, you know? And for this slight moment of time, these people think they got one on us because we may walk away or nah, bro, I'm not for that. You know, I don't rock like that. So they don't let your pride mistake you winning in the spirit when it comes to dealing with these brute beasts either, you know? It says, he shall surely plead their cause that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. So that's what's coming. This place is about to get disquieted. All right, no more moaning and groaning, yelling and screaming and rapping and singing, all that BS that vexes brothers' spirits that we hate seeing. You know, remember it said Lot was grieved day to day with the filthy conversation. The Lord about to shut all that shit down. You know how you call the cops? He banging noise ordinance. Wait till the Lord shut the party down. You got it, bro?
Yep, this is Luke 18 and 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. It's heavy.
That's the spirit we're talking about. Just pray. Actually, just pray. You got to remind yourself to pray.
Yeah.
You know?
Saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High nor man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me.
You read verse 6.
And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge said.
So even an unjust judge even an unjust judge
will get wary.
Right.
Of the continual
complaining.
Yeah.
Like here, if you keep pestering Esau, legally he's got to do something.
Yep.
Like legally, like, all right, man, I gotta do my job.
Yep.
So watch, keep reading,
Verse
because
7.
now here's that point you mentioned.
And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect,
Man,
which cry day and night unto him?
let's go.
Though he bear long with them.
Let's go. We about to, man, the Lord about to, hey, what's our favorite movie? Avengement?
Yeah, Avengement.
Avengement,
Yeah.
man.
A rusty nail.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The Lord is turning, he used it as a rusty nail. That's the beating process.
Yeah.
But that rusty nail gets beaten up into a fine, threshing new instrument.
Yep.
You know?
That's you being put in the fire. That's you, being put in the cold.
And really, we're learning just, hey, with the beating's not, the refining's not changed, man. The refining's going to be all the way until the deliverance. So you learn to deal with that.
Verse 8.
Yep.
I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
Woo! Though it tarry, wait.
Right.
Though it tarry, wait. Speak. What 1 hour, man? That was quick. You get this done in 1 hour. Done.
Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
Yes, he will.
And we gotta remain faithful, and that's heavy too, because we get paid hourly here.
Right.
By this unjust judge.
Right.
So the Lord, I got you in 1 hour. Don't worry, I got it. I'm gonna handle this. Good on that.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I got a little more.
Yep.
Then from there we could end it.
Okay.
Okay, going back in this article, it says CBDCs are digital versions of fiat currencies that are issued and backed by central banks. Unlike cryptocurrencies, which are not decentralized and not backed by any authority, CBDCs are issued and regulated by central banks. They are being sold to the general public as being much more reliable and stable forms of currency.
Oh yeah, those central banks, those Federal Reserves, those are all private investors. So the America money is coming through a Federal Reserve. That's a private investors. None of y'all control that. None of these Americans control that. They just hired for the labor.
Yep. And also too, the central bank they just came out with a new service called the Fed Now service, which is digital.
Yeah, that's an app, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be like Cash App.
Right.
It says the globalists also say that some offer increased financial inclusion, greater payment system efficiency, and improved monetary policy implementation. CBDCs could potentially provide more people with access to banking services as they can be used by anyone with a smartphone or internet connection. That's what the brother just said.
Yep.
Go into those apps. The globalists claim this could help to reduce financial exclusion and improve financial literacy. They also claim that CBDCs could also improve payment systems by reducing the need for intermediaries, such as banks and payment processors. We are told that this could lead to faster and cheaper transactions. You see how it's being sold unto you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Faster, cheaper transactions. We cut out the middleman. When you go to the ATM, they charge you $2. Your card charges you $2. You see? We're told that this could lead to faster and cheaper transactions, as well as greater transparency and security.
War is in his heart, though he speaks. So he gave you an issue with money, and then he came up with a solution because ultimately he wants you to take the solution. That's why he gave you an issue in the first place. He'll give you the problem reaction solution. That guy's with it, man. It's a trap. He's a cunning hunter. So he set the bait out, then you sat in it, and then boop.
Right, he got you comfortable with Cash App. I just saw that
The chick.
Yeah, scam.
Don't get it. City girl and city boys.
He asked her for a number, right? And she gave her his phone, and he cashed out himself $1,000. Good.
Yep.
And
I just want to say this real quick. It says of January 2023, 5 central banks have launched a CBDC. The Central Bank of Bahamas, Sand Dollar, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, D-Cash, the Central Bank of Nigeria, E-Naira, the Bank of Jamaica, Jamdex, and the Reserve Bank of India.
That's the spirit, because that one over there in Nigeria, I had the lesson on it, because there was an uproar, there's protesting because Because when this happens, there's going to be a run on banks. You got to better believe. Because a lot of people, they're going to run. They're going to be angry.
Yep.
And the fucking banks, just like it says in Ecclesiastes 12, the door shall be
Shut.
shut in the streets.
Yep.
Those banks are going to be shut. You ain't going to be able to talk. Right now, you can barely talk to anybody. You got to talk to a goddamn
Machine.
automated voice message.
You have more in the article?
Yes, a little more. It says CBDCs may also improve the effectiveness of monetary policy as central banks would have more direct control over the money supply and interest rates. That's the key word. They would have more direct control, you know? To where if you don't want to go along with their system or their agenda, they just cut you off, man. You know?
This is all getting ready for the mark.
Yeah,
Exactly.
This is all getting ready. They're getting everything
Exactly.
lined up. Man. They're getting lined up. And Esau got that Delilah spirit. He just keep coming. He just keep coming till he finally gets you.
Yep.
You know? That's what she did. Remember, she just kept at him. You know, I thought you loved me.
Like Urkel.
Yeah.
Where he tell him wearing you down.
I'm wearing you down.
Right.
And then that's a snake coiling its prey.
Yep.
A snake will slowly till you, and he's got you.
Yep.
You see? So it's all tying in. It's all tying in, man. You got closing precepts?
I got one in
Nah, I
Ezekiel.
don't have it.
Okay, brother got it. Then you'll know.
Yep. Perfect one.
Perfect to the title. Perfect.
This is Ezekiel 34 and verse. Wait, what is it? 34?
33 and 31?
33 and
33, 33. But you can start at 31 though.
Okay. Ezekiel 33 and verse 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Hey, so listen, man. Take heed. Don't keep thinking it's a game, okay? Don't be just being a worldly nigga on the block chilling.
Right.
You know, get yourself together, man. This thing is really happening. It ain't about to be a hood no more. You're going to go from the block to locked down in a prison block.
50-minute cities.
Red, right, locked in,
A digital prison.
you know?
Oh.
It says, for with their mouth they shew much love, but
Hey,
with their,
Shalom. Hey, Shalom, King. Shalom, King. Hey, man, fire lesson, man. Blah, blah, blah. Like, all this talk. Hey, you only fooling yourself, brother. Or you sister, you only fooling yourself, man. You know?
but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Yep, and they're coveting after Babylon. They still want to hold on to the hip of the whore. You know, you got your arm, your head pressed on her hip, and you hugging her. You like Drake and fucking DeMar Cousins. You know that picture? Nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Keep going. Oh, seek your own salvation. Everything's being laid out. You're getting warned. Give them warning.
Yep.
This is a warning. Light is letting you know, hey, this is it. Keep going.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song
Yeah,
of
like-
one.
I like them, man.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like it. Preach, brother. Preach. You know? And a lot of Israelites, we're not saying that, you know, you brothers, we know they're sincere brothers, sisters, because we don't have enticing lessons. And so those that are listening, you in the spirit. But a lot of these guys, these Israelites, they're on the Sakaris. You know, we ain't dissing Sakar, but a lot of their fruit, I watch it. Yo, I've been seeing some of these people fruit. Yo, okay, I got trainees following them. I actually click, yeah, bro. I actually click. I said, yo, these guys don't know who's following them.
You know why he don't rebuke them? You know what, brothers always bring that out. Why you never correct you know, these stuff? You know,
Yep.
never corrects that.
Yep. I saw that shit, bro. I was like, yo, they got some weird people coming in.
That's because Jesus is okay with that.
Yep. Because Jesus took the wheel.
Right. It says, and lo thou art unto them as a very lovely song, and of one that had a pleasant voice and could play well on an
I
instrument.
like the way he speak. I like the way he speak.
They're entertained.
Yep. Well, soon Esau the Slayer gonna come and say, I like the way you died.
Yep, like the way you died, boy.
So they might make your ass rap a DMX song.
They did that. Remember the songs? They made us sing the
Yep.
song.
Yep.
You know?
So they hear thy words, but they will not do them. But they do them not, excuse me. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
Yep, it's gonna
Then
happen.
shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
I told you. I told you so, man. I told you. And really, the spirit is it's not ye that speak, but the spirit of the Father. So Yahweh Shem Shai Baharakah Kodash is having us say, hey, what we're telling you is about to happen. This thing about to happen. And that's what a prophet is. They say it before it happens. Okay? Esau's got on the left-hand side. With him, he's called what? Predictive programming.
Right. Or revelation of the method.
Yep.
He would actually go as far as putting in his movies, TV shows, books, card games. And you just think it's for entertainment.
Yep.
You know?
Video games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds
Brother good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. And with that, man, we pray this has been edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kodash.
giving double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Mahabbatam to all the elect out there. Shalom.